So 3.4 is the chapter on surface area, the section on surface area. Our objective is to find the surface area of prisms and pyramids, cylinders, cones, and spheres. Today we're just going to do the surface area of prisms and pyramids. Surface area is the sum of the areas of the lateral faces and the bases. So I will let you, if you want to, on surface area of prisms and that type of thing, for a prism you can do the surface area equals the sum of the faces. I'll accept that as your formula. Or you can break it down, like if in this case this is a rectangular prism. We could do let's call these sides A, B, and C. I could say that the surface area is equal to 2 times A times B plus B times C plus A times C. The rectangles, each rectangle in the prism times 2, because you have the front and the back, or the right and the left, or the top and the bottom. So if I plug in to solve for the area of this rectangular prism, we'd have 2 times 8 times 5 plus 2 times 4 times 5 plus 2 times 8 times 4, and that's going to equal to 80 plus 40 plus 64. So my surface area is 184 centimeters squared. Alright, now surface area of a right prism. The surface area of a right prism is the sum of twice the area of its base plus the product of the perimeter of the base and the height. So we would write that as surface area of a prism equals 2A plus perimeter times the height. Now, so we did that rectangular prism first. That's kind of a special case. It's easier to think of that in some of the faces. But as far as why we can use, so this is a right prism, why we can use perimeter rather than doing 6 rectangles is, and even if these, if it's right, even if these rectangles were a different size, in other words, the base is not regular, it'd be hard to calculate the area of the base if it's not regular. But when you take the perimeter, you would take 6 times this length, right? So the perimeter is adding these areas of the sides all at once times the height. So rather than find 6 individual rectangles, just think of them as the perimeter. That's going to cover all this distance, and then the sideways distance, and then the height multiplies the height to get all the sides at once. So that's why we use perimeter times height. So and then whatever your base is, if it's a hexagon or polygon, you can use 1/2 ASN. Depending on, use the appropriate formula based on the shape. So it's 2A times the perimeter times the height. Any questions on surface area of a right prism? No questions, okay? Find the surface area of a right regular triangular pyramid, if the sides of the base are 6 and the slant height is 8 centimeters. So remember, slant height in a pyramid is not the edge. Slant height is not this edge. The slant height goes down the middle of the triangle to the side. Just like at this triangle, if we cut this triangle out and found its area, we would take 1/2 the base times the height down the middle. So we'll make sure you don't confuse slant height with this edge. It's not the height of the pyramid. We'll use that when we do volume. That's a different height. We want the slant height, which is the one that the line that goes down the middle of the triangle on the side. That's slant height. I would start out on this. We could find the area of the base on this pyramid. So it told us that the sides of the base are 6. And we have to find the height of that triangle. Well, 6 equals 2a. So then a is going to equal 3. And a radical 3, the height would be 3 radical 3. Because we have 2a equals 6, a equals 3, a radical 3 equals 3 radical 3. Alright, so then we find the overall, to find the overall area of the pyramid, we're going to take the surface area. Alright, we do the base, that it's the side that it's sitting on, is 1/2 base times height, so that'd be 1/2 of 6 times 3 radical 3, plus, then we have the 3 triangles on the side. So that'd be 3 times 1/2, and then we've got the slant height is 8, and the base is 6. So that's going to be equal to, multiply all that out, we get 9 radical 3 plus 72 centimeters squared. Now if I break that down, what I have done, this part here, this is equal, that is A, the area of the base, and then the rest of it, this part is we take the perimeter, that's 3 times the 6, so we have plus 1/2, so it's areas of triangles, so it's 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. You're doing the 3 triangles at once when you do perimeter, rather than 1/2, 3 times 1/2 the base times the slant height. You just combine the 3 bases into the perimeter. It's 1/2 PL. Alright, so that's our formula of the pyramid. Equals A plus 1/2 PL. So we have, that's going to equal to the area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. Any questions? That's our next formula. We've got surface area. Oh, okay. There's a little part here I want to add to the notes about equilateral triangle. Area of an equilateral triangle. To find the area of an equilateral triangle, which is what we could have done last time, we would have, we take an equilateral triangle and its side length S. So we have this is equal to 2A, so A equals A is equal to S over 2, and the height would be A radical 3, so it would be S, the height is S radical 3 over 2. So if I do the 1/2 base times height on that shape, we have 1/2, the base is S, and the height is S radical 3 over 2. So that's going to be equal to side squared radical 3 over 4. Right? That is always the area of an equilateral triangle. You'll have to calculate a lot of equilateral triangle areas. So rather than go through this process that I did each time, just remember that the area of an equilateral triangle is S squared radical 3 over 4. You can just memorize that formula and use it. If you don't remember the formula, then you can do your 30, 60, 90, label the sides, do 1/2 base times height. You're going to get the same thing, right? So like we had this equilateral triangle with the side was 6, right? And we came up with 9 radical 3. So if we plug 6 into this formula, we'd get 36 radical 3 over 4. 36 divided by 4 is 9. So you see we get 9 radical 3. So just eliminate some steps if you remember this formula. Any questions on that? Okay, now going back to pyramids, the general formula for the pyramid is the surface area of a right regular pyramid is the sum of the area of its base plus half the product of the perimeter.
Hi, I'm sorry, I haven't even been testing, so I'm ready to take the quiz.
Okay, be just a second. So it's half the product of the perimeter of the base and the slant height. So that is written as surface area equals 1/2, equals surface area equals 1/2 PL plus A, which stands for area of the base. So you're going to do 1/2 PL plus the area of the base for a pyramid. You can refer to that when you do the homework. Okay, use that formula. Any questions on the notes? All right, that's it for today.